Well, so let me say this. It is definitely a factor. I will say that for sure, because you don't ever want to go into a space that you know absolutely nothing about.
Right.
More importantly than your knowledge is your affinity or your empathy with that market. So, for example, I've got a product that's about home births, and both my children were born naturally. Obviously, I had very little to do with it other than catching them. But I say that because even though my role was to be there to for support and encouragement, she did all the work. And for me, there's an empathy for that. So I'm able to speak to it from that perspective.
Sure.
So I'm not speaking from my personal experience. I'm speaking from the empathy and affinity that I have for natural birth and women who do want to have a natural birth, because particularly here in the States, it's looked down upon now. And also the medical community has done a number on the industry, where now midwives are actually almost illegal now, which I think is horrible.
Yeah.
So, and it's all for money. I mean, that's really what it boils down to. It's all for money. But the point is that I think your empathy is going to outshine any and every other thing, because if you think about it from this perspective, would you rather buy from someone who knew a good amount of a thing, but really loved and cared about the people that they were selling to, i.e., or the guy who knows his stuff, but he just doesn't give a shit about his market? He just doesn't care.
Yeah.
He doesn't care if you make it or not. He doesn't care if you win or lose. He doesn't care if you buy his program or not. So the empathy is always going to outweigh your knowledge. Obviously, again, you don't want to go in knowing nothing, but but definitely understand how it fits into the equation. So what I